So you're selling your home, and you're looking for that edge, right? That secret weapon to make your property just pop. Well, what if I told you that weapon is literally right outside your window? Today, we're going to dive into how you can use nature as a super powerful tool to sell your home not just faster, but for a better price.
You know, it really all boils down to this one simple question. What is that magic ingredient that turns someone who's just browsing into a buyer who's ready to make an offer? I'll tell you, it's not just about the square footage or the number of bathrooms. It's a feeling. It's an emotional connection that makes someone walk in and just say, "This is it. I'm home."
And this quote from real estate pro Lou Corcoran, it just hits the nail on the head. We have got to shift our thinking. This isn't just about decorating, it's about marketing. Staging a home isn't about fluffing pillows to make it look pretty. It's a strategic mission to forge that emotional bond and sell a lifestyle that buyers are dreaming of. Right, so this is what we're aiming for, the emotional sale. We want to create an atmosphere, a vibe that helps potential buyers immediately see their future playing out right there. It's about selling them a story, their story, not just selling them a building. And that first impression, wow, it happens in a flash, usually while someone is scrolling on their phone. You're competing in this huge sea of online listings, so you have to grab a buyer's heart from the get-go. The absolute key is to create what we call an emotional pull, that magnetic feeling that makes your property the one they just can't get out of their head. Okay, so how on earth do we create that pull? Well, we're going to unlock nature's secret weapon, something called biophilic design. This is where we tap into a property's biggest and, honestly, most overlooked asset, its connection to the great outdoors. Yep, you heard me right. Whether your home has a jaw-dropping ocean view, a cozy little garden, or even just one big, beautiful old tree in the yard, that landscape is your secret weapon. When you show it off the right way, these features are what make a home totally unforgettable. So what we're trying to create here is a biophilic sanctuary. This is so much more than just a house with a nice backyard. It's a space that's intentionally designed to celebrate everything that's beautiful outside, creating this deep connection that makes people feel calm, relaxed, and just genuinely at home. And the psychology behind this? It's honestly fascinating. There's this concept called biophilia, which is basically our built-in biological craving to connect with nature. Think about it. In the crazy, fast-paced world we live in, a home that feels like a peaceful retreat, that's not just nice, it's absolutely irresistible. All right, so that's the why. Now for the how. How do we actually pull this off? Well, it all comes down to a really simple three-part playbook for what I like to call a natural glow-up. Frame, incorporate, and repeat. Here's the game plan. First, we're going to frame your best views to make them the absolute star of the show. Second, we're going to incorporate natural materials to bring that outdoor feeling inside. And third, we're going to use this really cool idea called fractal patterns, the repeating shapes you see in nature, to make the whole space feel alive. Okay, strategy number 1, frame your views. This is all about being a director. You're telling the buyer's eyes exactly where to look. Turn your furniture so the first thing they see is that incredible view. Use really simple curtains to frame the window, almost like it's a piece of art. And hey, don't forget the outdoor space itself. Add some comfy chairs and maybe some string lights to make it feel like a true extension of the home. The view becomes the hero. Next up, we bring nature inside. This is what creates that authentic, cohesive feeling. Think about adding little touches like reclaimed wood shelves or making a big deal out of a beautiful stone fireplace. Use fabrics and paint colors that echo what's going on outside. The goal here is to just blur that line between indoors and outdoors until it feels like one seamless, beautiful space. And now for our final strategy, and this one is, well, it's a little more subtle, but it is so cool. We're talking about repeating nature's patterns. So fractals are those complex, beautiful patterns that you see everywhere in nature, like in the veins of a leaf or the shape of a snowflake. Our brains are actually hardwired to find these patterns really soothing and interesting. So by bringing in some art or maybe a rug with these kinds of designs, you make a room feel way more dynamic and alive. It's a sneaky little trick that makes a space incredibly appealing. So when you put all these pieces together, frame, incorporate, repeat, you're doing something so much bigger than just staging a room. You're starting to create this single, cohesive experience that just blends the inside and the outside into one perfect, harmonious sanctuary. And this slide just lays it out perfectly, right? On one side, you've got the standard, disconnected space. It's just a house with a yard. But on the other, you have this cohesive sanctuary where there's a seamless flow. The colors inside match the landscape outside. It's not just a house, it's an integrated living experience. And this is the magic part. Buyers stop seeing rooms and they start feeling a story. Their story.
Okay, so let's talk about why this all matters for your bank account. This isn't just about creating a nice vibe, this is about the return on investment. Let's look at how creating this feeling of calm directly impacts your bottom line.
And here it is, the bottom line. People today are willing to pay a premium for a home that feels like a peaceful escape. By showcasing that connection to nature, you're not just making the house look better, you are directly boosting the perceived value of your property. It's as simple as that.
And hey, the numbers don't lie. A home that makes that deep emotional connection with buyers, it just doesn't sit on the market for long. This chart shows it clear as day. Biophilic staging can seriously cut down the average time your home is for sale compared to standard staging. And that saves you a ton of time, stress, and, of course, money.
So let's just recap the payoff here. What do you get out of all this? You attract way more interested buyers. You create that crucial emotional bond that turns into actual offers. You sell your property faster, and you put yourself in the absolute best position to maximize your final sale price. I mean, it is a win-win-win-win.
So I'll leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Every single property has its own unique story, its own special connection to the world outside. So take a look around your own space. What's its secret weapon? What natural story is your home just waiting to tell?